Hello and welcome to Stage, Screen, and In Between with Helen. I'm Helen Proimos and I have a great show for you today. My special guests are Martini Jr. and TONI D'ANTONIO, and they have a terrific pilot called Sober, which is in the Long Island International Film Expo, and we are hoping that they win.
Winning is good. Winning is good. But just being there is good too.
I know these two are very familiar faces, but I'm going to read off some of the credits anyway. Okay, Martini Jr. has been on The Sopranos. He has a recurring role on Law & Order SVU. He's been on America's Most Wanted, The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, a recurring role on Manifest, and he's been on Vinyl, The Deuce, The Americans. He was on the TV show Lincoln Rhymes by Michael Imperioli. And he also is a co-owner with TONI of a production company called Shake the Tree Productions. Now, TONI has been on Law & Order SVU, The Undesirables, Alto, The Blacklist, Nurse Jackie, Blue Bloods, Rescue Me. Whew, I'm exhausted already. Is the time up?
We've been around. We've been around.
Yes,
You've been around.
We have.
Okay, and that's great. Now, the premise of Sober is a beloved female Boston cop retires, and she has to figure out what she's going to do with the rest of her life. Welcome, guys. Thanks for coming to the red carpet.
Thanks for having us. Thanks for having us. It's fantastic.
I love having you here.
You got to be careful, though, because I see the bouncers are not there. They're not doing their job. Where's the bouncers on the red carpet? You better watch
They're 6
the
feet apart, Lou. They're 6 feet apart. That's why you can't see them.
Oh, okay.
That's right. They're actually stopping people at the door that forgot their masks. So.
Okay, good.
There you go.
Instead of having ties for the men, we have masks.
Great.
Lou, you play a police officer, right? You play the Captain McCabe, and TONI, you play a retired cop, right?
No. I play the retired cop Dottie's best friend.
Colleen,
yes.
Okay, I got you now. Okay, so how did this all come about, guys?
Well, it's funny how some things happen just pretty much by accident, very quickly and by accident out of the blue. I was literally supposed to go away for a short vacation on this weekend when I got a call on like Friday afternoon to do this reading of this new pilot called Sober on Saturday morning. And of course I was like, no, I really want to pass and I want to go on vacation wherever we're going. But of course my better half, Liz was like, you're an actor, go do the reading. We can go on vacation.
The smarter half.
Right? Smart lady, yes, smart lady.
I said, okay. So I went and did the reading. And when I tell you, it was the funniest pilot, the greatest group of people, the writer, Elizabeth Watson, who's the creator of the show with John and the lead in it. And I just thought, this is fantastic. And it took place in Boston. So it was like, this is a double whammy. I got to call my Boston girl. I got to call TONI, my partner, who's
from
Rhode
Rhode
Island.
Island,
I said, this is right up your alley. I said, yeah, TONI's a Rhode Island girl. Yeah,
Rhode Island, so I'm a New Englander. I think I could probably handle the Boston accent.
You can say Pocket Con, Harvard Yards with the best of them, So I said, so literally I ran out of there. I got on my cell phone. I was like, TONI, I just read the greatest thing. It's about a group of dysfunctional Boston cops. We need in on this. So the wheels started turning. And unfortunately, they had already a production deal with another company to go and shoot the thing. So TONI and I, we hit it off with Elizabeth. We had some ideas where we could take it further. And we became executive producers after the actual shoot of the pilot. So right now we've got we've got Netflix interest and people like that. And
wow.
we're being very, very, very picky about where we want to show it.
Selective.
Yeah, very selective. And the Dottie, everybody. Hey. You were a great cop. Everybody knows you were a great cop, but out now. If you keep doing shit like this as a civilian, then we're gonna have to start treating you like a civilian. And that could get real uncomfortable real quick.
Hey, Dottie. Lonna's gonna set up the karaoke machine. I'm gonna sing More Than a Feeling. Okay, cool.
I don't want to be like Paula Fitzpatrick. You know, sitting on a porch and drinking mimosas and then, riding a mobility scooter through the mall without any underwear on. Paula's got it made. I got Crystal Light. Crystal Light, I'm there. Come on.
It's not a hat, it's a helmet. Oh, come on, Ma, it's a work of art. What?
Heard that.
Bullshit.
Why are you yelling then?
I was whispering, not yelling, and even if I was yelling, you wouldn't hear me anyway, because what are you doing? Not paying attention.
Morning, Trooper.
My tits are so droopy, I kick them when I walk.
Stop it. Kids love droopy tits. Hey, is that Alan O'Malley over there? Why are you hanging out with him? He's a freaking loser. And why are you smoking that shit? Your eyes look all weird and infected. Don't give a shit if you're standing. But now I'm standing. So you have a problem. No more drinking for me.
No more drinking, you just retired.
Debbie, who runs the Long Island deal over there, she's been a friend of both of ours for many, many years. And when she asked us to show it there, it was a no-brainer. It was like, absolutely.
Yeah, and this is the 23rd year of the Long Island International Film Expo, and I want to thank Debbie for the hookup here because she's the one that made this connection for us to even do this. And it is a very well-respected a festival, and Your Sober is going to be showing on Saturday, October 3rd at the drive-in.
At a drive-in, can you imagine?
I know, it's going to be fun at the Samanea Mall. At the Samanea Mall, and you can get tickets and info at longislandfilm.com. And my girlfriend, Michelle Sharduli, actually is running the drive-in end of this because they have the big screen and all that stuff. So they know just how to do it. But I think that we're going to be doing it, with Bluetooth, not with the speakers on your car window. So you need to have Bluetooth.
Oh, through the phones they're going to be doing it?
Yeah. I think that's how they're doing it. You can do it through your phones or your car radio if you have Bluetooth in your car.
Wow, that's great.
Oh, that's great. That's really smart. So entertainment is like such a key factor and and the fact that they figured out a way to do it.
Yeah, and we just,
good for them.
Like Tony says, we just actually, Tony and I, we just shot an entire pilot, a sitcom, basically through Zoom. All the actors shot themselves through Zoom. And it was just edited and put together, and it's fantastic. And we're going to see where we go with it. It's called Mooch. So look out for that. It's called Mooch.
Oh, that's a good idea. Who's in that?
Tony, myself. Go ahead, Tony. You know the cast. Go ahead.
Yeah, Ray Abruzzo, who just came off of Bad Education with Hugh Jackman and Allison Janney. Melanie Nichols-King, who's formerly from The Wire, and she's also in Little Fires Everywhere. She plays Kerry Washington's mother in Little Fires Everywhere. Ward Horton from the cult classic Annabelle series, the horror films. Andre Blake, Kathy Searle, an amazing comedic actress who is just like on the brink of stardom. She's
and tell them who's directing it.
And
tell them who's directing it.
And in directing, we have a sitcom icon in Richard Klein from Three's Company.
Hey, Larry.
And so he's amazing as a director.
Larry
Dallas from Three's Company. So that we shot, like Lou said, entirely remotely. All the actors from their own homes. They helped us to get even B-roll and establishing shots, and we edited together this amazing sitcom pilot. And we did it all during COVID with a very sort of experimental, innovative idea of how we saw this story playing out, but we managed to make it happen. And again, by the talented writer of Sober, John Sachs. So amazing,
That's a wonderful, wonderful idea. Where there's a will, there's a way, right?
Yep, absolutely.
And the director on Sober is Big Ted Robinson?
Yes, he directed the pilot episode that we shot, and
So far you just have the one episode, right, of Sober?
Yeah.
We have the one episode, but we have what we call in the industry a Bible, which is kind of like a pitch deck that outlines, we have all of season 1 scripts ready to go. And then we have outlines that give us all up to season 5 for this particular series. So we have a very strong pitch deck that will take us for 5 seasons on this particular series with all kinds of character development, storylines. It's very, very, very tight package.
Who takes the lead between the two of you? Is it kind of a a give and take type of thing with you two?
Well, part of the reason that we decided to partner up was we really have the same type of values and same type of story ideas and same visions for different contents. I mean, we have scripted shows, unscripted shows, and things like that. And I think we've had maybe 1 or 2 minor disagreements on things that we've produced so far. And hey, we're Italian too, so we're both no stubborn. We both know that. We've got to deal with our Italian roots once in a while. But we get through it. We make it work. And I'm blessed to have Tony as a partner.
Thank you. I feel the same way. And the great thing about us, and we joke about this a lot, we travel to the film markets and the television markets to pitch our wares and to hawk our wares. And when we go into the room, we have like this really interesting balance between us. He calls me that I'm the play-by-play and he's the color guy. Right. So when we're pitching, I kind of give it to them, straight down the center. The play-by-play, this is what we have, this is the logistics, this is the financing situation, and then Lou will come in with his creative, colorful.
I come in like Phil Rizzuto, do a couple of holy cows and.
Yeah. Believe it or not, I did a commercial with Phil Rizzuto years ago, a money store commercial, and everybody was saying,
a money store? That's right.
I did a money store, and everybody was saying, oh, if you're going to work with Phil Rizzuto, get his autograph for me. I said, I'm not even going to get it for me. I mean, that would be so inappropriate for me to go in there. It'd be unprofessional, I'll just, but
I agree.
Yeah. I have that on a VHS somewhere, actually.
Oh my God.
Great. You got to put that on.
You have a player for it now?
I do. I have 2 players. I have, DVD and the VHS because.
Oh my God.
But you got to put that on, what do they call Flashback Thursdays on Facebook where people put their old stuff on there?
Throwback Thursday.
Throwback Thursdays.
Yeah,
you got to put that on there.
Yeah, the easiest way to do that would probably be for me to pop it in. I have a TV that has the VHS slot in it. Yeah. Play it on the TV and just tape it with my phone would probably be the easiest way instead of trying to transfer it and everything. Yeah, but that's a good idea. As a matter of fact, that's one of my projects that I have to do, sort through. I have so many VHSs. Like I have Michael Jackson's funeral, like the whole funeral.
Oh, geez.
I kept popping in the VHSs. I have when Princess Diana at the World Trade Center, because news chops it down to these little bits by the time, as time goes by. Yeah, and I have to look at what I have. I'm sure it's excessive, but I do like history. So to me, that's history. That's history that interests me anyway, Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But so how hard is it to get a bite when you pitch something?
Start, Tony?
It's, I mean, you know what the thing is? It's hard to get a bite when you're pitching one thing. What Lou and I discovered early on is that a lot of times when you go to these markets and these places where you are allowed to bring your material and pitch, people come on like just a wing and a prayer for one project, which is so, I mean, I give them a lot of credit, but you get in the room, you pitch one thing, they're not interested, you're done, your meeting is over. So what Lou and I discovered early on, that it was better to diversify a little bit and create a slate of material, a slate of content, so that when we step inside a room, because everybody crosses over now and does everything. Like years ago, distribution and sales companies would only do film or only do television or only do reality, unscripted stuff. Nowadays, everybody's dabbling in everything because the market is so saturated and the general public has a voracious appetite for content. So we go in the room now and we're able to pitch multiple things to multiple people. And it's a little bit more beneficial for us and advantageous, because if by chance we pitch something they don't like, they say, what else do you have? And we hold up a lovely pitch book and say, well, would you like TV? Would you like film? So it is still difficult because there's a lot of competition, but there's a lot more opportunity now with streaming, with even now Quibi's doing the smaller bits that you can pitch, shows that are under 10 minutes. So there's a lot of opportunity for us as opposed to about 5 or 6 years ago, which is fun, but it's still very difficult.
Deals that we have now, we have, ships with the companies. We didn't leave the first meeting with them and said, okay, we want to make your movie. We've met them for a few years in a row and built up a relationship with them, with them liking certain projects and passing deals that way too. So yeah, it's like planting a seed. Very rarely do you walk in a room and you walk out of a room with a deal. I mean, that's like a Cinderella story. That it happens. I'm sure it happens once in a while.
I was going to ask you about the storyline of Sober now. Apparently, this retired police officer, female police officer, is she the one with the drinking problem?
She is a hard drinking, pill popping, sexual starved, but a brilliant detective. That's the amazing thing about the character. It's every episode is about pretty much her and her daily struggle being sober. And I mean, it's filled with everything. It's Tony likes to say it's kind of like Shameless. So well written and so well acted.
Absolutely. And I think what makes it so likable and so sellable right now is that the characters in it are absolutely identifiable because they're so flawed. They're very human. They're very real. Especially in this like middle class community in Boston, everyone's storylines, they're all struggling with something. Like Mikhail is going through, his second divorce. So he's struggling with relationships and, with trying to come to terms with a retirement that's coming. Colleen, the best friend, is struggling with the fact that she has 5 kids, most of whom still live at home, putting a damper on her retired life with her husband. However, she also is struggling with her demons from alcohol and all that stuff. So I think all these characters are flawed, but they're super identifiable and that audiences will relate.
It's tough to grow up, isn't it?
Adulting sucks.
Yeah, sometimes we need a little help. Sometimes we need a little medication.
I had no idea. Yeah, and it is Saturday night, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm having a glass of wine.
Speaking of which, doing this. We could have a martini with Lou Martini, and I'm very interested to know, Lou, how'd you get your name? How did you get your name?
Great that you ask, because it's really a really interesting story behind it, if we've got the time. My real name is Azara. That's my family name, Azzaras. But my dad back in the day, and the police, and they would hand out summonses or arrest people, whatever they're going to do that night. So this one night, my father and his brother were doing their act, and the place got raided. And the cops put him up against the bar, and the cop asked for his name to write him out some tickets. And he looked down at the bar, and there was a Martini and Rossi coaster. So he says to the cop, my name is Louis Martini. This is my brother Benny tickets and napkin. So they kept the name in the act. My father always went by Lou Martini after that. My uncle Benny went by Benny Martini. And I actually still have the actual coaster that he wrote a note on that night when this happened. So out of respect to my dad, I go by Lou Martini Jr. I've always used that since I, got back into business when I was young. So.
Oh, isn't that something? Yeah, I remember that. Martini and Rossi imported vermouth on the rocks.
And I said, I still have the actual coaster that my father stared at and said, my name's Louis Martini and this is Benny Martini. Just give us the tickets, And it's stuck. It's stuck.
And and you can remember it. It's very easy to remember.
Yeah, it's catchy, right?
Catchy. Tony, your name is almost like a song. Toni D'Antonio. Is that your real name?
It's my married name. My husband's name is John D'Antonio.
That's so funny.
Yeah, at first I didn't want to take it because I was like, doesn't it sound redundant? My name is Toni D'Antonio. Like, really? It's like 2 Tonys, but everyone said it was catchy. And so I decided to go with it. But the funny thing is that now, having been in the industry for so long, like, I don't even go by Toni D'Antonio anymore. Like, most people just call me Toni D.
That's cute.
And my husband's been John D. So I'm just Toni.
But of course, also, when we go into the pitch meetings and things, as soon as we walk into the room, they're like, oh, Tony with an I. They always think that it's, it's a, Tony's gonna walk in, a male thing.
Okay, listen, I have some questions for you. Okay, we're kids back in the day. Are we playing tag, Potsy, which they call hopscotch? I never called it hopscotch. Potsy, Johnny rides the pony, Ringalario, or hide and seek?
Tag.
Oh, geez. We played them all, except we didn't do the hopscotch thing. That's, maybe the girls did that. But I remember playing some wicked Ringalario, man.
Okay.
Finding the best places to hide and stuff. Oh, Ringalario.
We kept it simple. We played tag.
You play tag. What about hide and seek? Nobody liked hide and seek?
Or somebody would use, Tony, somebody would usually hide. You couldn't find them in my neighborhood. That was the problem.
Yeah, I think that was why we all got bored with it too. Like people would be like hiding on other streets and like,
Yeah,
You'd hide so good nobody would look for you anymore. They'd be bored.
It's like, where'd Mikey go? Yeah, where'd Mikey go? I haven't seen him for 20 minutes. To hell with him.
Tag was more immediate for us. Tag was like, if you couldn't run fast enough, you didn't get away, you were it. That was done, you know?
Right. Okay. At the park, would it be monkey bars, swings, or seesaw?
What's the last one?
Seesaw.
Seesaw.
Oh, seesaw. So seesaw, monkey bars, or monkey bars.
I'm going swing.
I'm going monkey bars.
We used to have the jump off contest, swing, 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 see who could jump off the farthest.
Or who could swing standing up? Remember swinging standing up?
Yeah, that was scary, but that was good.
With the big metal swings that would bang you in the head and you'd need stitches. I remember that.
Some people got hit. Yeah, some people got hit in the head. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. If we can choose a musical instrument to play or to learn, would it be the guitar, piano, drums, or harmonica?
Get out.
Oh, God, Flo, I swear to God, get out of my head.
You too?
Oh, my God,
The
yes.
saxophone is the sexiest instrument ever, man.
100%.
I'd be the hottest sax player going if I could
But
play.
if I had to pick one on the list, it would be piano.
Piano? And Lou, you'd be saxophone?
Oh, saxophone, yeah.
Saxophone for sure.
Saxophone.
Okay. You're in a candy store. What would it be? Chocolate, licorice, gum, or something with nuts?
Easy. Chocolate. Me and Tony both know that because we were away on our trips where we got chocolate. We had bags of chocolate with us.
When we go all day at these markets, we have like snacks in our bags.
Snickers and all that kind of stuff.
This is like always a piece of chocolate.
Yeah.
So now how do you find out about these markets? Because we're almost out of time. And I'd like to find out, how do you progress? How do you know where to go?
Yeah, the networking opportunities that are really available for content creators, if you Google AFM, American Film Market, which happens in November in Santa Monica. This year, it's happening remotely. It's online. In January in Miami, the NatB market happens. So that's in Miami in January. And then Real Screen, which is for unscripted, happens in February in Washington. And then there's markets that happen alongside the Cannes Film Festival. There's a market in Hong Kong, and there's a market in Berlin. And all you have to do is just Google television and film markets, and they'll come up with all the information of how to buy a badge. You need badges for all of them. Okay. They're a little pricey, but if you don't have the badge, you can't get in. You used to be able to do meetings in the lobby without a badge, but you need a badge to get up into the suites to actually talk to the executives who make the decisions. You need to buy the badge.
Do you have websites where we can find out more about what you're doing, about your projects?
Absolutely. You can go to www.shakethetreeproductions.com. For Lou, obviously go to www.loumartinijr.com. And for me, www.TONID'ANTONIO.com. And you'll see all our acting, producing, directing, writing, and voiceover stuff.
You got to pay the rent.
You can't just do it.
Got to pay the rent.
Well, I thank you so much.
If it's out there, you got to do it.
I thank you so much. I'm going to be at the drive-in on Saturday night, October 3rd. So maybe if we get out of our cards, we can bump elbows, take a picture together.
That'd be great. Absolutely.
I'm really looking forward to seeing Sober. It sounds like a wonderful pilot, and all the best to you.
Thank you, Helen. It was a pleasure. Thanks for having
Thanks
us.
for coming to the red carpet.
You got it. Stay safe, everybody.
Okay. Bye now. Bye.